Hello, friends, and welcome to another Sunday night stream. It's been a hot minute since I did one of these. I had to cancel a couple of weeks in a row. I think the Storyteller's Hearth Weekend Relay I streamed earlier in the day, so I didn't do my Sunday stream that night. So it's been like 3 weeks at least since I've done this, but I am here now, and I'm very happy to be here. We had Crystal coming in 4 hours ago. Technically, it was 5 hours ago because it was at 1:09. So it was just under 5 hours ago saying opening this early because I don't want to forget. And we have a Laura, and we have a Lynn, and we have a Becca, and then Crystal is still here. I'm glad that the opening of the tab several hours early worked and that you are here. Hello, friends. Feel free to let me know what you guys are working on during these sprints, or you can just talk about how your day/weekend/week has been. You know how casual it is here. We just kind of chat about whatever. Laura has been sleeping all day. Need to get up and read. Fair enough. Yesterday I was exhausted. Last night, even though I did sleep a couple of times, like I was sleeping and then I woke up and then I went back to sleep and then I woke up again. Like, it wasn't like sleeping through the night, but last night the quality of sleep was better than I've had in so long. And I don't know why, but I am grateful for it. Crystal's actually on the iPad now because got a case of the dizzies. That's fair. I hope that the dizzies have gone and that you feel better. But I wrote a bit today, made myself cry giving a character a guilt attack. No! Oh man. But if you make yourself cry, then at least I feel like that is a sign of good emotional writing. Thank you. I'm gonna try and brainstorm some things for Becca. Don't know what things yet. Fair enough. Despite this being branded as a writing stream, am not gonna write. I was planning on it, but I'm going to do my bullet journaling first. Little bit of August reading planning because Jess just posted the summer scare prompts, and so I kind of want to figure out a little bit what I'm doing for those. I don't want to figure out anything too in depth. Like, I want to give myself options because the magical readathon announcement has not yet gone live, and that's like the big one. And I have big plans for the magical readathon, so I don't want to like figure out reading for other things and then have to change it all when the magical readathon prompts go live. So I don't know. I just want to look things over and get some ideas going because I do know all of the mandatory books that I have to read in August, the like book clubs, reading challenges, and the next Brother Band book. So I do already have 5 books. Hopefully they can fit into prompts for things in August. So we can just only wait and see. We have a Caitlin! Hello! Welcome, friend! It's been a while. All the excitement. I'm so glad you're here. How are you doing? Do tell. Oh gosh, while I was talking, so many comments came in. Laura says, I've been very down, but struggling through. Yesterday was good. Walked like 5 miles, helped my mom make ravioli completely from scratch, did errands with her. That's fair. I'm sorry you've been struggling, but hopefully things are on the upturn for you, because it sounds like yesterday was definitely better, so hopefully that trend continues. Lynn says, I haven't decided what to work on, reading, writing, or packing. All very viable options. Oop, I meant to click on this one. Trigger song played on my Spotify while I was writing it, which made a million times worse, but I powered through because the emotions needed to happen. No, poor Charles. I'm glad Anne is not here to be met with this suffering on her birthday, because we all know how much she adores Charles. Caitlin's writing and being creative. That's good. I'm glad to hear. It's very lovely to have you. Yes, big hugs for Laura. And some love all around. Oh, I didn't finish telling you guys what I was going to be doing. So I'm going to do my bullet journal, plan a little bit of reading for August, and then continue actually reading for July because it's only July 14th. So, like, I got plenty of books that I want to get through this month. But I'm currently reading. This is The Last Olympian, book 5 in the Percy Jackson series. I read book 4 over the past couple of days, and then I started this one yesterday, and I'm quite far into it. I have about 150 pages left, and I'm not saying I'm going to finish this on today's stream, but it's a distinct possibility. And if you see me crying on camera, mind your business, because this series makes me very emotional, and I'm glad to be getting through this reread. After this, I will be, not like immediately after, I'm going to take a break and read other books, but like reading Percy Jackson is because I'm going to be finishing the reread of this series and then rereading all 5 Heroes of Olympus, because last year, Rick put out the 6th book in the Percy Jackson series, technically, but it takes place after Heroes of Olympus, and it's about Percy trying to go to college, and the 2nd book in that, like, mini-series is coming out this year, and I'm like, I have to do a refresh on the series so that I can get to that book finally, because I really, really want to read it. Although, Percy deserves a break. Like, I know he's the main character of this universe, and everyone loves him, but can we get books about other characters? We had The Sun and the Star, which is about Nico and Will, and that was okay. It wasn't the best book, but, like, it was fun. It was fine. What I want is a series following the Roman demigods during the time of Percy Jackson. Because while these people are dealing with Kronos and everything, the Romans over on the West Coast, spoilers for the Percy Jackson books, I guess, and Heroes of Olympus, but also these books came out like 20 years ago, so it's fine. The Romans are off fighting a different Titan. They're fighting Krios, I think, and Jason mentions that at some point in Heroes of Olympus. I want to see the Romans taking on Krios, Rick. Give me those books, please. I'm begging, but that's what I'm up to. So no writing for me this evening, but lots of fun stuff anyway. Caitlin's finishing up a Paint by Numbers while listening to an audiobook. That sounds so fun. I'm very happy for you, because that sounds like a great time. Crystal might try to suffer through Google Docs to do a bit more writing, or I might just fuck around on my phone. I hate how I told Shannon I had to plan, and my body goes, no. Yeah, I don't know why, but the no in my brain, I read that as the, what do you have? A knife? No! But instead it's, what do you have? A plan? No! So that's where I'm at. Yes, Becca, reread. I love rereading books so much. Like, obviously I love reading books I've never read before, because that's how you find new stories that you love, but I love when I pick up a book for the first time in, like, several years, and I remember, like, bits and pieces of it, like, foreshadowing and stuff, and I can, like, be emotional over that, but, like, I don't remember all of the details, so I'm still, like, having a fun surprise as I read, and that's what Percy Jackson has been for me. I don't remember the last time I read these. I think I was still using Goodreads at the time, so let me see. I'm pretty sure I reread Percy Jackson and Heroes of Olympus when I went to read The Trials of Apollo. Whenever that happened. Let's see. I read this 2018. So I have not read these books in 6 years. July 14th. Oh my gosh. I finished reading the first Trials of Apollo book July 14th, 2018. Oh, that's so crazy. So it's been exactly 6 years. Well, at least since I finished this one. But I won't be rereading The Trials of Apollo, because that takes place after the new Percy books we're getting. / already have, because one of them is already out. So that's crazy. Yeah, you should reread, basically, is what I'm saying as I ramble. Yeah, let me just email Rick real quick and be like, hey, this is what your audience wants. And Lynn says, rereading so many of my favorite books this year has been so fun. Highly recommend. Yes, Lynn's reading favorites challenge has been great. I haven't been using it to reread my own favorites. I've been using it to read my friends' favorites. So, like, the books that other people put down as their favorites I've been reading. and not the ones I put myself, which is only half of what the challenge was made for, but it's fine. I reread books all the time on my own anyway. I don't really need the challenge to get me to do that. Becca says, same, it's been years for me too. I really love the new show, and I almost started to reread them then, but school got in the way, but now I'm graduated. That's fair. I did not watch the Percy Jackson show because I was boycotting Disney Plus and still am. Also, I just don't have an account, but I have a couple of friends who do. So, like, I could easily have watched it, but like I said, boycotting Disney Plus, I don't want them to have any of my money. It wouldn't be getting my money, but they'd be, like, earning money by me watching it. So I do plan on pirating it at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And me pirating it isn't going to damage them at all. Like, it's really nothing to them whether one person watches it, but this is the hill that I've decided to die on, so that's that. Haven't watched the show, but heard it's great. I'm just having a great time with the books right now. And yes, Caitlin is correct. Rereading a favorite is definitely a great way to get out of a reading slump. I thought I was going to slump after, I don't even know, what is it that I finished recently? Pull out ye old reading journal. This was my spread for July. It's very yellow and I like it. So, when I read I'll Be Gone in the Dark earlier this month by Michelle McNamara, it is a nonfiction book about, it's about the Golden State Killer, but also not. It's also about Michelle McNamara, this journalist who was like putting her whole life into finding this man, and then she passed away, and then this book was published 2 years later. Like, her husband and her coworkers and stuff finished it up and published it, and then like a month after it was published, they finally found this man who had been terrorizing Southern California for like 2 decades, and that was in like the 70s and 80s. That book, it didn't read like a nonfiction. It genuinely read like a thriller, but like it was just so chilling knowing that all of this stuff happened for real that I'm like, I can't read anything right now, so I took a couple days off. But then I picked up The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde was the book I read after that. And then I read more stuff because I read a lot. And that's what happens when you don't have a day job. You just read a lot and write a lot, and I'm living my best life. But yeah, there were a couple of days this month where I couldn't even fathom picking up a book, but luckily I'm over that, because otherwise what would I do with my time? Thank you, Becca. I definitely think I will really love it. Pirating for the win. We've had this discussion. I think the last time I streamed was for the weekend relay, and we talked about the ethics of pirating media and stuff like that. So if you want to know my thoughts, you can go watch that replay. I think we had a very good discussion. It was me, Crystal, Laura, and Malin. Correct? That sounds correct. And we had a nice discussion about that sort of stuff, but unfortunately, I do not have a pirate outfit. I almost would have gotten one this year because my friends are going to the Ren Fair during Pirate Weekend, but I just don't think I'm going because it's also in August, and the Ren Fair in August is very hot. I am an October Ren Fair girly. I was not made to be in the heat, so as much as I love my friends, I cannot do that this year. But they're all going to be dressed up as pirates, and it's going to be fun for them. My friends try to go to a different weekend each year. Like, we've done Viking weekend and Fairy weekend and all that, but it's not happening. I cannot be in the August heat for that long. Pirated so much lately because I needed things. Yeah. Listen, man, judgment-free zone here. Pirate things for any reason, and I won't judge you because everybody's got their reasons. But now I've been babbling for 15 minutes, so I'm going to pull up the first timer. I just have Violet's, this is not the correct layout. There we go. Like the 55, 55, 44, 44, so on and so forth. So we're going to start with the big one, and then do the 44, and then the 33. maybe the 22. I really don't know how much chatting we're going to be doing. I have it pulled up just in case. I also have the 11:11 pulled up just in case, so we'll see where the night takes us. But for now, we're going to do a chunky 55-55 Pizza Rat timer, and I will see you guys on the other side of this. And that was the end of our very, very, very long sprint. I wish it had been like 10 minutes shorter, but that's fine because the next sprint will be about 10 minutes shorter. Um, Let me know how that went for you guys. I saw we had Elisa join us and a hazelnut. Nicole? Question mark? I'm so bad at remembering people's names when it's not in their like channel name, which is so stupid of me because my own channel name doesn't even have my name in it, so doing great. Pretty sure your name's Nicole. Okay, wait. Lisa says Nicole. I'm proud of myself for remembering that then. Love the dancing rats or mice. They are in fact rats. That is the 5555 rat timer from the lovely Writing Violet. We'll be using all of her fun timers today. Lisa says, also, I spent this whole sprint doing nothing except getting out of my bed after a nap. And yes, getting out of bed is sometimes the hardest part. Definitely agree. Crystal had some tuna mac. Fair enough. And yes, I was correct. More than welcome to call me Hazel if you want. I will keep that in mind. Messed around on my phone. Food made me feel a little better. What did I do that sprint? I did my bullet journal. Oh, I wanted to show you. I took my tarot deck back out. This is the Affirmators Tarot. I got at Barnes & Noble several years ago because this is the third year that I've been doing weekly tarot pulls where at the beginning of a week, or technically I guess the end of one week, I pull a card to kind of give myself a focus for the following week. And this is the deck that I've been using. And I pulled a really good card, so I thought I would share with you guys. Also, I just really like this deck because it's so cute. This is a good deck if you want something that's like gentle and encouraging and not like some decks you pull a card and it's like, bitch, you gotta get your shit together. This is not that kind of deck. This is the kind of deck that's like very calm and respectful, and I appreciate it. That's why I use it for my weekly pulls. But this week, I got the Star, which is a like very happy card. It means like hope and creativity and feeling refreshed and all that, which is so lovely. And it's just a cute little happy star. And I figured I would share that with you guys. So I did that, did my bullet journaling. I did plan some of my August reading with the prompts for Summer Scare Readathon, but I'm not going to plan out all of them because I do want to see with the Magical Readathon what those prompts are so I can like overlap as much as possible. But as it stands, I've got like 10 books on my TBR for next month already. It's a lot, but I've got a lot of fun plans for content. I'm going to be doing so many vlogs, and I'm very excited for that. And then I just watched YouTube with the last like 15 minutes of the sprint because I couldn't be bothered to pick my book up and actually read with my eyeballs because it's hot and I didn't want to have to focus on that. Becca had a huge breakthrough on my story! Woo! That's so exciting. I love that for you. Which story are you working on, if you don't mind sharing? Also, don't feel pressured, though, because I know not everyone is as forthcoming with information like I am, where I tend to spoil my own stuff just because I can't shut up about it, but if you would like to, it would be cool to hear what you're working on. Caitlin did some painting and some chores and things. Nice. Crystal, I should do a poll. Haven't done one in a while. I think you should, and hope you get a really good card. I'm sending out the good tarot vibes into the universe for you. Yes, it is a very gentle deck. Yay for Becca. Right, it's such a cute card. I'll pull it back out because I really want to show off more of this. It's mostly animals. Ooh, I almost just dropped it. That would not have been fun. But like, obviously not all the cards are animals, like you just saw the star. But let's take it from the bottom. Oh, that's really fun. So the card on the very bottom was the Page of Wands, which is the signifier card that I've been using to represent myself for like years at this point. So that's really fun that I flipped over the deck and that's what was there. But like, see, it's a cricket. This one is the High Priestess, is like a gazelle type thing. This one's just a person because it's the world. Got some horses for the chariot. A lot of major arcana. This one's a rhino. Yeah. Rhino. They're all just really cute. The Emperor's a bull, I think. Some seahorses. It's just a whole big variety. This one's one of my favorites. Oh, the Five of Wands, because look at how grumpy these dragonflies are. They are the cutest thing I've ever seen. I love them so much. I'm not going to show you every single one. Ooh, I'll show you this one because it's cute. The Lovers is a pair of otters. Because otters hold hands when they sleep so they all don't fly away. Fly away? Float away. And it's a very lovey-dovey thing. So, highly recommend this deck if you're looking for something cute and soft and gentle, as we've decided is the word. I love it a lot. I have many decks, but this is the one that gets the most use. Crystal has a kitty super kittying next to me. Nice. Becca's working on a screenplay I've been attempting to write for 30 years now. It has memoir-esque elements to it, and my brain needed to see the story as fictional instead of sticking to the facts. Yeah, fair enough. I understand that. I'm happy about your breakthrough, and I wish you the best of luck as you continue working on it. Finally did, and it's turned into a horror movie, which is exactly what it needed. Well, I'm glad the horror stuff is coming from the fictional, but also you said it does draw from memoir-esque elements, so hopefully that's not too bad that you've been through. But also, I'm a big fan of horror, so that's very exciting for me to hear. Right? So cute. Yeah. My other decks are all like I have what I consider my neutral deck is the Hanson Roberts Tarot, which is like Rider Smith Waite, I think is what it's called, is like the basic one that everyone has, but the Hanson Roberts is like just as basic as it. It's just less well known. But that's the one I have for my like normal stuff. If I'm just like, I feel like doing a reflection type of thing, I'll use that deck. I have a Welcome to Night Vale themed deck that's very like weird about things, because if you know Welcome to Night Vale, you know it's very weird. I have a mini tarot that has art from the artist Nicoletta Cecoli, and that's kind of a little bit dark, but also whimsical, so it also kind of falls into the weird category like Night Vale does. And I don't know, I just have decks that all have these different vibes and moods to them, and I feel like they just give me different answers. Like, I could pull the same card from each deck, and I feel like I would interpret it differently just based on the vibes of that deck. And I feel like a lot of tarot readers are the same like that. But I've kind of fallen out with my tarot recently. I still have been doing my weekly pulls, but aside from the weekly pulls, I've only done 5, like, other tarot reflection-y type things, and my goal for the year was to do at least 2 a month, so I am not keeping up with that, but hopefully I will work it into my daily life a little bit more, because I've been reading tarot since like 2017, I want to say, and I just think it's a really cool thing. It's a very useful tool for reflection and focusing your energies, and so I would like to get a little more involved with it again like I used to be. Becca says, unfortunately, a lot of the horror is true. Aw, that sucks, but that's life. The movie would be almost fantasy-like. I want to show how kids cope with trauma through a wild imagination. Oh, that's good, though. Yeah, I get that. But sad you went through bad stuff, but don't we all? I am sweating, you guys. It is so hot in here. It stormed really bad for like an hour and a half earlier, and I was hoping that would cool things off. It did not. It's still like 90 something degrees, and the next 2 days it's supposed to have a high of 100. And I don't want to deal with that. I don't like the heat. I was not made for the heat, but it's fine. I'll get myself some ice cream on the next sprint, which I should actually probably prepare so that it's ready to go when the time comes. What else am I doing next sprint? I have to feed the cats at the top of the hour. I might feed them a little bit early, just whenever we start the sprint to get it out of the way. Get myself some ice cream. I'm going to finish this video that I'm watching, because I said I was watching YouTube. I've got about 15 minutes left. And then I will get to reading. I did say that I wanted to get more Percy Jackson read, so after I have my ice cream and everything, I will get back to this book. And like I said, if you see me crying, mind your business. Percy Jackson makes me emotional. This one hasn't made me cry yet. The other 4 on this reread have made me cry at least once each. Book 4 made me cry twice. This one's made me, choke up a little bit, but I haven't actually cried, so we'll see how that goes. Crystal also doesn't do hot. Yeah, I don't think many people do. Well, no, that's... A lot of people in the world like hot weather, thrive in hot weather. Myself and many of the people that I know are not included in that. I am a very temperate person. I like spring and autumn. I don't do the really hot, and I don't do the really cold. Not my thing. The summer is just a miserable time for me. It affects my chronic pain. I get more migraines. It's just a whole ordeal that I would rather not deal with. Went to the doctor's and had to get my mom to come get me because I felt like I was going to drop after 5 minutes. Yeah. You got to make sure you stay hydrated, keep some water and snacks on you at all times so that you're, energized enough. Also, rest. That's very important. If you're out and about and you have to be in the sun for a while, make sure you take breaks. If you have to walk from point A to point B, break it up. Find a nice bench or something in the shade, because going in one big thing, it's so bad. I just, thinking about the heat is just making me feel warmer. And hello, we have another friend join us. How are you doing, Felicia? I hope you're having a nice evening, ? I don't know what time it is where you are. It's evening for me. And yes, heat stroke is so real and very dangerous. Also, wear sunscreen, because sunburn is no joke. Skin cancer is very awful and dangerous, and I don't want anyone I know to get that. I don't want anyone to get it in general, because, it's something that's avoidable, but, so prevalent. So please wear sunscreen if you have to go out in the sun. Take care of yourself in this extreme weather, please, friends. That has been your PSA for the stream. Crystal's doctor doesn't have AC. No. That is the worst. I feel like that's one of the worst places to not have AC, because people going to the doctor are going to be people who are already not feeling well, and the heat is just going to make that worse. Yeah. Not good. Oh, yikes. Becca says I wore sunscreen my whole life and still got melanoma twice. Definitely be safe. Yes, of course. Hydrate. All great things to remember. Ugh. It's a rough time out there, guys. Cannot wait for autumn when it cools off. But also, I don't want to rush things because I've got a lot of good stuff going on now. It's just stuff that's going to go on indoors whenever possible. When my boyfriend and I moved into this place a month and a half, 2 months ago now, there were a bunch of AC units in the basement, and we didn't know if any of them worked. There's I think 4 of them, but we bought our own for the bedroom because those ones were kind of old, and like I said, we didn't know if they worked and everything. So we have a new one in the bedroom that isn't great. It cools down the room, but it also no matter which way you like turn the vents, it keeps pointing at my closet. So we're just dealing with that. It still cools down the room, which is not fantastic. But it's been so bad downstairs that we finally pulled up one of the old ones because we don't want to buy another new AC. And it's huge, but we put that one in the kitchen. It smelled so bad when we first turned it on yesterday, but it's something. Autumn is not, at least where I am, it doesn't snow until January, which is its own problem. It should be snowing, not in autumn. It should snow in winter, but the fact that I think this past winter it only snowed twice where I am, which is Philadelphia, and they were both in January, not great. Global warming is not fun, but I would not call snow worse than the heat because at least in the winter you can put more layers on to warm yourself up. When you're hot, there's only so much you can take off, especially in public. And like snow, just have a shovel, shovel your driveway and your sidewalks, and hope that other people do the same. Um, yeah, so I understand the snow hatred. I also am not a big fan of snow and prefer to stay inside when it's snowy out, but I think dealing with snow is a lot easier than dealing with heat. Some chatting going on. My old air conditioner used to do that. I ended up getting a standing fan to redirect the airflow. We do have a standing fan, but that is also downstairs next to my boyfriend's desk because we're in like one of the row homes, so it's a very narrow building. And you walk in, there's the like main entryway area, and then the stairs like cut through the middle. They're not up against the wall. They kind of like block and separate the space into two. And then that second one is where my boyfriend's desk is, and then the kitchen is behind that. So he has a fan down by his desk to cool off. It kind of would be annoying to bring up and down the stairs every single day, but it will happen if it needs to. Oh, I definitely need that ice cream now. Talking about how hot it is. So I'm going to pull up the next timer so I can get that. You guys also get some beverages, get some snacks, cool off if it's really hot where you are, which it seems like a lot of people are dealing with the heat. The next timer we're doing is the 4444 honeybee timer, which is my personal favorite from Violet. I think it's so cute, and I will press play now and see you guys in 44 minutes and 44 seconds. And that was the end of sprint number 2. Let me know how that went for you guys. I saw that Becca left to go rest. Understandable. But we also had Anna and Wallace and Autumn join us. Hello, friends. I did see this question, Autumn, talking about plotting out a book. I have all the ideas, I just don't know how to put it together. My advice would be, I can show you some of my own, index cards. This is how I outline my books. What I do is I first take a regular notebook and I put all of my brainstorming ideas, anything that I think might go in the story, whether it ends up in the final bit or not, just all the stuff that I have percolating in my brain about the story. I then take index cards and I write out individual scenes or chapters. So, like, each one of these is a different chapter. And then I will organize them into a timeline that makes sense, see where all the gaps are, because there are always gaps, and then fill them in with other ideas. So that's how I've been. Oh, now my pile is crooked. There we go. That's how I've been outlining and plotting for several years. I've done that for like dozens of books at this point. Hopefully that helps a little bit. I see you're trying to write the plot. If anyone else has any suggestions, feel free to share, but that's something that I do that works for me. It might not work for you, but you could always just give it a shot. That sprint, I fed the cats, and then I had my ice cream in my mug, my 17 K-pop mug. It was cookie dough. Yeah, I had cookie dough ice cream. My boyfriend had cookies and cream, so I both said the wrong one, but I had cookie dough ice cream, and it was delicious. And then I got to reading. I'm now on page 266, so I've got 115 pages left to go. And it's getting real good. I mean, the whole thing is good. The whole series is so good. But, I don't know. I'm just really into it. This was a great read for this time right now. I feel like it was the perfect time to reread this book. Lisa did nothing, but on purpose. Can't focus right now. That's fair enough. As long as you're doing things, like, on purpose with a reason, I understand completely. Like, sometimes, yeah, you end up falling out and not doing something even though you have all the intentions to do things. But it's very important to recognize when you can't get stuff done and to give yourself the break. Because if you don't, if you try to force yourself into things, it will probably only end badly. At least that's my experience. Nicole watched YouTube while eating some fried pickles and a breakfast sandwich that I got from a food truck earlier today. Sounds solid. I love food trucks. Food trucks are so nice. I think they're the ones that I've been to have always been delicious, and with the exception of one very expensive food truck, food trucks are usually cheaper, and it's just an all-around good time, in my opinion. There's a bar, maybe a little more than a couple blocks away, within walking distance of where I live, where every day they have one or two food trucks there, and it like rotates throughout the weeks who's there, and I think that's really cool and fun. That is a reason, Lisa. Didn't want to work and not being able to focus are both reasons, and they are good reasons. They are very valid reasons. Crystal, more phone messing with. LOL. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be writing. You did work today. You've been doing great work. I think you're doing fine. Yes, food trucks do have the best food. There's one that I had that was like a stir-fry food truck, and it was delicious. You get to like pick which type of noodle you want, what vegetables, what meat. It was so good. It was like a big portion. Like, me and my boyfriend split it, and it was like exactly enough for the two of us to eat. So gotta find out when that one's coming back, because that was really good. I don't have any conversation topics. I rarely do. I was gonna say I never do, but sometimes I think ahead. Today was not one of those days. Ooh, I just wanted to pull up the timer. I didn't want it to start. Calm down, timer. You will get going soon. Had some smoked mac and cheese yesterday. Oh, that does sound so good. I didn't really have real dinner today. I had air fryer taquitos, like the frozen ones, the box of frozen taquitos, and popped some in the air fryer because I'm like, I don't want to deal with stuff before stream, and it's way too hot to use the stove or the oven anyway. I need more cold foods. What I need to get is salad stuff. I need to get some cucumbers and some lettuce and some spinach and some salad dressing so that I can have nice cold foods during this heat wave. I think that is the plan for next week's grocery trip, which is a little stupid of me to think now because I literally got groceries yesterday and I could have gotten that stuff, but I didn't. It's fine. It's always next week. This heat is not going anywhere, unfortunately. Oh, I should have gotten water on that sprint. I didn't even think about it. Oh well, my bad. We were talking about hydrating too, and I just completely forgot. Oh, now I have the hiccups. Nope, they're gone, I think. Um, let's see. Can I do math? It's 8:20. 8:21 plus 33 would be 50 something. So I think we're going to get started on the next sprint very soon. Just to squeeze it in. I remember the first taquitos. Those were good back in the day. Haven't had any since the beginning of high school. I'm 27 now. I am 25. I'll be 26 in September. That's when my birthday is. And thank you for doing the math. I gave up halfway through. I have a complicated relationship with food for a variety of reasons. So I eat like I'm a 14-year-old who's been left home alone for the first time. Lisa's also 26. Well, I guess not also, who's not 26 yet, but I start considering myself the next age at the start of July because that's when birthday season is in my family. My dad's birthday is July 2nd, and then my sister and my mom are both in July as well. Then my older brother is in August, and then me and my twin are in September. So once the birthdays start rolling around, I start to think of myself as the next age. Autumn's birthday was very recent, so happy belated. I assume this is about the eating like a 14-year-old, but also you cook a lot, so maybe not. You're you're a baker, but you also cook a lot. I don't know. The trend is continuing with the timers, so next we have the 3333, which I forgot was the salty nut timer. Because Violet is, if nothing, a queen of memes. I am. I have a twin sister. We don't look anything alike. I take after our mom's side of the family, and she takes after our dad's side of the family. But yes, I do have a twin sister. So this next one is 3333, as you can see on the screen. So that will take us right to the end of this stream. And we'll have a couple of minutes to catch up and then say goodbye. So make these 33 minutes count, whether that is being productive or resting, which is productive in itself. I will hammer that home. Resting is productivity. Left my own devices. I don't eat anything better than a high school student. Only reason I cook is to feed Shannon. That's very fair. And I just get to eat the same food. Take us perfect time to take us right up to House of the Dragon. That's what's called, right? Yes. I'm glad. I hope you enjoy, Anna. And no, we are not identical. And Wallace is gonna put on makeup and try to film a video. I wish you luck. Shannon is Crystal's husband. Shannon is a very nice man. I think he's wonderful. Crystal, you got a good one. Where I work, it's mostly filled with teenagers, and my friend and I both feel old whenever we're on shift with most of them. Fair enough. I'm going to get started on this timer because I feel like the heat is really getting to me and making it hard for me to talk. So I will see you guys in 33 minutes. And that was the end of our third sprint. Tell me how you did. You guys have about 2 minutes before I end the stream because I am hot and sweaty and I want to go sit in front of the air conditioning in my room. I did more reading. I got to page 326, so I've got like 50 something pages left. I did cry, if any of you were watching me in my little corner there. There was just a few chapters where it was scene after scene after scene of emotional damage. I cried. It's fine. Everything's fine. Lisa did nothing but on purpose again. And Anna got 2K for the day. Glad I scraped some words out of a sort of sick day. Have a great week, everyone. Yes, everyone. I hope you all have a great week. This Friday, I will be live at 2 p.m. Eastern for the release of my book that is on my bookcase and I didn't think to grab. Jenny was a friend of mine. New book coming out on Friday. Stay tuned for the live show. It's going to be very fun. I've got some surprises that are going to happen, so you will want to be there. Then on Sunday, I believe it's D&D, and then I'll be back again Sunday night. I think those are the only things that I have going on this week. If there's other things going on, just check back on like Discord and Instagram and stuff, because I'll post about it. But, it only says 2 people are watching on my end, and Lisa and Anna both answered, so I'm pretty sure that's all we got going on. So I'm going to hit the outro. I thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you had a lovely time, and I hope you have a lovely week ahead of you. Bye, friends!